Some characters earned your respect, others earned a one-way ticket to the boiling rock. From the most beloved tea-sipping uncle to a firebending prodigy who left fans divided, we're ranking the most loved versus most hated Avatar characters. And trust me, you won't want to miss the last one. You don't even need to watch the show to love Uncle Iroh. The man's basically a walking TED Talk wrapped in a teapot. Whether he's dropping wisdom or roasting Zuko in the softest way possible, Iroh isn't just a fan favorite. He's the soul of the entire series. He turned his pain into peace after losing his son Lu Ten in the siege of Ba Sing Se. Instead of becoming bitter, Iroh chose kindness, empathy, and redemption.
Happy birthday, my son. If only I could have helped you. Leaves from the vine.
When Zuko spiraled out of control chasing the Avatar, Iroh never gave up on him, even after being betrayed. While sitting alone in his prison cell, he still trained, knowing Zuko would one day come back to the right path. And when that day finally came, Iroh didn't need an apology. He just opened his arms. But don't let the hugs and jasmine tea fool you.
I am so sorry and ashamed of what I did. I don't know how I can ever make it up to you, but
This man once earned the nickname, the Dragon of the West. He blew up a wall with one fire blast, helped Team Avatar in secret, and knew more about ancient bending than most scholars. He even guided Aang when nobody else could. A literal enemy of the Fire Nation helped the Avatar on his journey simply because it was the right thing to do.
I had to let go of someone I love, and I just couldn't.
Perfection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love.
And of course, there's the moment that lives rent-free in everyone's heart. Leaves from the Vine. His emotional tribute to his late son remains one of the most heartbreaking moments in cartoon history.
Leaves from the vine, falling so slow, like fragile, tiny shells.
Iroh didn't just earn love, he embodied it. But for every soul-healing uncle, there's a raging jerk who thinks destruction is character development. If Uncle Iroh is the heart of Avatar, Admiral Zhao is the ego on fire. This guy isn't just hated, he's designed to be hated. Arrogant, insecure, and reckless, Zhao treats military strategy like it's a toddler's board game.
Do it! That's it? Your father raised a coward.
next time you get in my way, I promise.
Except the pieces are actual people. From the second he appears, Zhao's already flexing his rank, talking down to Zuko and trying to out-alpha Iroh. He's not just a bad commander, he's a complete liability. He wastes time trying to capture Aang instead of following orders, picks fights just to fuel his pride, and throws Zuko overboard because he can't handle losing a duel.
Commander Zhao, I've been hunting the Avatar for 2 years and
And you failed! Capturing the Avatar is too important to leave in a teenager's hands. He's mine now.
But his biggest offense? Killing the moon spirit. Zhao decides he should rewrite the laws of nature just to say he did something important. He literally walks into the spirit oasis and murders Tui, the moon spirit, throwing the world into chaos, all while smirking like he just won a trophy.
The Fire Nation will for generations tell stories about the great Zhao who darkened the moon. They will call me Zhao the Conqueror.
Even Iroh, who's usually all about tea and inner peace, loses it and threatens to burn Zhao down if he doesn't back off. And when things fall apart, Zhao refuses help from Zuko and basically lets himself drown. Pride killed him before the ocean spirit even got the chance. Zhao's the kind of guy who thinks honor comes from conquest, not character. And that's exactly why fans couldn't wait to watch him go down. But not every powerful bender lets their pride lead. Some They let the Earth do the talking. Toph didn't just shake the ground, she shook the fandom the moment she stomped onto the screen. Before her, earthbending was all brute force, but Toph turned it into an art form. She's loud, sarcastic, fearless, and did we mention she's blind?
Yeah, let's break some rules! Let him go!
She was sheltered her entire life, treated like fragile glass by her rich parents. What they didn't know? She was sneaking out at night to fight underground earthbending tournaments and winning. Her introduction alone made fans fall in love instantly.
Feels conflicted about fighting a young, blind girl.
Sounds to me like you're scared, Boulder.
While a crowd full of grown men was getting wrecked, Toph rolled in like it was nothing. She wasn't flashy, she wasn't loud, she was lethal, and it didn't stop there. When Aang needed an earthbending teacher, Toph didn't hold back. She treated the Avatar like any student.
Nothing to say. You blew it. You had a perfect stance and perfect form. But when it came right down to it, you didn't have the guts.
I know. I'm sorry.
Tough love and tough punches. She even invented metal bending. Everyone thought it was impossible, and she just did it. Locked in a metal box, captured and alone, she figured it out with sheer willpower. No one told her how. She didn't ask. She felt it.
Come on, metal budge. Woo! Toph, you rule.
It's another one of her tricks.
Toph wasn't just powerful, she was hilarious. Every time she made a "I'm blind" joke, the delivery was chef's kiss. She knew who she was, didn't want pity, and made sure no one underestimated her again. Fans connected to her because she was independent, raw, and real. She didn't care about appearances or tradition. She cared about strength, truth, and loyalty.
We'll split up to cover more area. Toph, I guess you should just come with me.
Why? Because you think I can't put up posters on my own?
So, if you've loved it so far, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Who's your most loved and most hated Avatar character? But for every grounded icon like Toph, there's someone who rules by lies, manipulation, and fear. Long Feng didn't need fire or lightning to be dangerous. He used control. As the secretive head of the Dai Li, he didn't just run Ba Sing Se, he owned it. And fans couldn't stand him for it. On the surface, he's just an advisor to the Earth King. But behind the curtain, he's a full-blown dictator. He brainwashes dissenters, silences the truth, and erases any mention of the war.
What do you want?
I want to make a deal. It's time that I regain control of Ba Sing Se. And you have something I need.
Oh?
The Earth King's trust.
His motto might as well be, if it threatens control, eliminate it. He manipulates the media, censors Team Avatar, and gaslights anyone who asks questions. When Jet figures out something's wrong, Long Feng has him arrested and brainwashed so fast it's actually scary. Even when Team Avatar finally meets the Earth King and starts exposing the truth, Long Feng plays it off with lies and fake respect.
Dai Li's kept it secret from you. It's a conspiracy to control the city and to control you.
A secret war? That's crazy.
Completely.
And when that doesn't work, he tries to take the throne for himself. But here's what really made fans hate him. Long Feng wasn't loud. He didn't scream. He didn't throw tantrums. He controlled everything with calm, calculated precision, like a corporate villain in bending form. And when Azula shows up and completely outmaneuvers him, his last line is pure irony. You've beaten me at my own game.
You've beaten me at my own game.
Don't flatter yourself. You were never even a player.
Long Feng made fans realize that not all villains need fire or fists. Some just need fear. But while he bent minds to gain power, the next character took a very different path. One full of fire, honor, and one of the greatest redemptions in TV history. Zuko's arc isn't just one of the best in Avatar. It's one of the best in any animated show. He started out as a banished prince, obsessed with capturing the Avatar to regain his father's approval. But what fans love is how that mission slowly crumbled, and he rebuilt himself from the ground up.
Their fire was beautiful. I saw so many colors. Colors I've never imagined.
Like firebending harmony.
Yes.
From the moment we met him, he was angry, scarred, and out to prove something. But behind all the shouting was a kid crushed by expectations. A son who was burned and exiled just for speaking up. A boy who wanted to do the right thing. He just didn't know how.
But I've come to an even more important decision. I'm going to join the Avatar, and I'm going to help him defeat you.
Really? Since you're a full-blown traitor now and you want me gone, why wait?
Zuko's internal war became the emotional center of the show. Every time he got close to choosing peace, fear dragged him back. He helped free Appa but couldn't bring himself to join Aang. Then came the betrayal.
I just thought I'd wait for you here. I know you must be surprised to see me here.
Fans felt it when Zuko turned on Iroh and sided with Azula. It hurt, because we believed in him. But he didn't stay lost. Zuko's turning point came when he finally asked himself, "Who am I trying to be?" He stood up to his father.
Your uncle has gotten to you, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. After I leave here today, I'm gonna free Uncle Iroh from his prison, and I'm gonna beg for his forgiveness. He's the one who's been a real father to me.
He left the Fire Nation. He earned forgiveness, not through words, but action. His redemption hit full force when he taught Aang firebending, not with rage, but with balance. Zuko's story hit so hard because it felt real. Growth isn't instant. Forgiveness isn't easy. But Zuko earned both. Still, if Zuko is the redemption arc we cheer for, Azula is the downfall we can't look away from. Azula was a prodigy, a firebending genius with precision, power, and fear in her back pocket. But despite being a villain with top-tier skills, she's one of the most hated characters in the entire series. Because she wasn't just evil, she was cold.
Defeated you for all time. You will never rise from the ashes of your shame and humiliation.
From the second she appears, Azula is calm, calculating, and terrifying. She doesn't scream or lose control.
I am a 400-foot-tall purple platypus bear with pink horns and silver wings.
She plays people like pieces on a board, and she's always 5 moves ahead. She manipulated an entire Earth Kingdom city into collapse, took down the Kyoshi warriors, and nearly killed Aang with a lightning shot to the back. But what makes fans hate her isn't just what she does, it's how little she cares.
I know much about the tides. Can you explain something to me?
She weaponizes her friends, treats loyalty like a joke, and only values people as long as they're useful.
Advisors alone, without anyone else around. Don't take it personally.
When Mai and Ty Lee finally stand up to her, she turns on them instantly, no hesitation. Azula's breakdown in the final episodes reveals the truth behind all that power.
This, just you and me, brother. The showdown that was always meant to be.
She's deeply unstable, consumed by fear of betrayal and haunted by her mother's absence. Even so, fans weren't quick to pity her.
Genius. And since you can't see, I should tell you I'm rolling my eyes.
Her cruelty, arrogance, and emotional manipulation were too much. Azula wasn't misunderstood, she was ruthless by choice. She went from the most feared person in the Fire Nation to a broken figure, screaming into an empty throne room, fire lashing out in every direction. And that fall? Satisfying, but tragic. But while Azula's story ends in flames and fury, the next character stood for peace, balance, and kindness, even when the world begged him to do otherwise. Aang didn't ask to be the Avatar. He didn't want the spotlight, the responsibility, or the pressure. He just wanted to ride air scooters and eat mangoes. But when the world needed him most, he showed up. From the moment he's discovered frozen in the iceberg, Aang radiates joy, curiosity, and compassion.
Look, Appa and I can give you a lift.
But underneath that lighthearted energy is the guilt of a 112-year-old kid who vanished when the world needed him most.
What is that?
A Fire Navy ship, and a very bad memory for my people.
Aang carried that weight every single episode, trying to forgive himself while facing impossible choices. What fans love about Aang is that he never stops being himself. He's goofy, gentle, and full of love.
I wish I had Roku. I do have Roku.
He makes friends with spirits, refuses to kill even his enemies and wants peace more than victory.
Expects me to take the Fire Lord's life, but I just don't know if I can do that.
Even when the entire world, including past avatars, tells him to kill Ozai, Aang holds firm. He finds a different way, using energy bending to strip the Fire Lord's power without ending his life. And he earns that win. Aang trains relentlessly across all 4 elements. He gets wrecked, frustrated, and nearly dies, multiple times. But he always comes back stronger, not just in skill, but in spirit. His bond with Appa, his love for Katara, his goofy friendship with Sokka, they all made him feel human. He wasn't a superhero. He was a kid doing his best in an impossible role.
I'll distract it. Katara, get everyone across.
Aang taught fans that true strength isn't domination, it's restraint. But for every peace seeker like Aang, there's a tyrant who believes fear is the only way to rule. If there's one character everyone agrees on hating, it's Fire Lord Ozai. This guy wasn't complex. He wasn't misunderstood.
Maybe he can pass down to you the ways of tea and failure.
He was a straight-up monster who burned his own son's face just to prove a point.
I looked away.
Ozai never saw people, only pawns. He manipulated Azula from a young age, turned her into a weapon, and discarded Zuko like garbage.
You've been among the Earth Kingdom commoners. Do you think that adding more troops will stop these rebellions?
And the worst part? He felt no guilt. He genuinely believed power was his birthright. He inherited a war he didn't start, but instead of ending it, he doubled down. Colonizing, burning forests, wiping out entire villages. Ozai treated domination like destiny. His whole philosophy boiled down to, if I'm stronger, I deserve everything. When Sozin's comet came around, Ozai crowned himself the Phoenix King. Because being Fire Lord just wasn't evil enough. He wanted to scorch the Earth Kingdom off the map, not conquer it, destroy it. The moment he starts his final battle with Aang, he's not just blasting fire, he's erasing mountains. With the comet's power, he becomes a literal firestorm. And even when Aang has him completely beaten, Ozai still mocks him. No remorse, no regret, just pure ego-fueled rage. Fans never connected with Ozai, and that's the point.
The traitor. And I am proudest of all of your most legendary accomplishment.
He wasn't supposed to be a villain, you understood. He was the symbol of everything the Avatar had to stop. But where Ozai rules through fear, the final loved character ruled through compassion, and nearly broke the fandom's heart doing it. Katara didn't have a fancy title, royal blood, or flashy powers at first. She just had a dream and a whole lot of heart. And by the end of the series, she became one of the most powerful and respected waterbenders in the world. Fans loved her from day one. She stood up to Sokka, saved Aang, and risked her life for what she believed in. All in the first episode.
Something.
What?
Please, come closer.
What is it?
What really made Katara special was her balance. She was nurturing, yes, but never weak. She was tough, but never heartless. When she learned waterbending, she didn't wait around for a master. She taught herself, trained harder than anyone, and fought to be taken seriously. By season 3, she's healing battle wounds, commanding waves, freezing enemies in midair, and going toe-to-toe with Azula. But Katara's biggest moments weren't just about power. They were emotional punches. Like when she confronted the man who killed her mother. You could feel every ounce of pain and conflict in that scene.
And I'll give you the information you want.
You heard your mother. Get out of here!
Mom, I'm scared.
Go find your dad.
And let's not forget how she nearly took down Zuko back in season 2 with a waterbending beatdown for betraying her trust. She was loyal to her friends, fearless in battle, and never afraid to call out even Aang when he messed up. Katara wasn't just the heart of Team Avatar, she was its spine. Her compassion didn't make her soft, it made her strong. Some fought for honor, some craved power, and some just needed a hug. But we're not done yet. The next battle of most loved versus most hated is even wilder. So don't stop here. Click now to see which cartoon icons got praised. and which ones got absolutely roasted.